Hello again, boys and girls. It's Mr. Wassman, and today we are looking at how to solve number stories that involve money and multiplication. We are in our Home Links book on Unit 4, Lesson 8. Let's take a look at the table right here on the right-hand side of our page. It shows some different prices for some different baseball items. And then it says Mr. Russo is buying equipment for his baseball team. Use the table to the right to answer questions about his purchases. Mr. Russo needs 9 helmets and 8 gloves. How much will they cost in all? Okay, taking a look at that problem. Requires me to do 2 calculations. I need to figure out the price of 9 helmets. And I need to figure out the price of 8 gloves, and then I need to add those 2 amounts together because it says in all. Okay, so let's break it down. A helmet costs $22, and I need 9 of them. Okay, so I gotta multiply 9 times 22. If I use the partial products method, I would multiply the 20 part of 22 times 9, and then I would multiply 2 times 9. Well, 2 times 9 is 18, so 20 times 9, or 2 tens, times 9 is going to give me 18 tens, otherwise known as 180. And then I'm going to add those 2 amounts together, and that will give me a total of 198. So that's for the helmets. Okay, 8 gloves is taking the $35 price tag, multiplying that by 8. Okay, so 35 times 8. So 30 times 8, and then 5 times 8. Well, 8 times 3 is 24, so 8 times 3 tens would give me 24 tens, and then 5 times 8 is 40, which is going to give me a total of 280. That's for gloves. So now what I have to do is take my 2 totals, my 280 and my 198, and add those 2 together. So 198 plus 280 is going to give me a grand total of $478. Okay, let's try another problem. Actually, I'm going to skip over to problem number 3. Mr. Russo buys 5 wooden bats and gives the cashier $300. How much change does he get? Well, again, this is a 2-step problem. First, we have to figure out how much 5 wooden bats would cost, and then we have to subtract the difference between that price and the $300 cash that Mr. Russo gives the cashier. So a wooden bat costs $49. So I'm going to multiply 49 times 5. I think this time I'll do it partition rectangle style. 49 is 40, and 9 ones. I'm going to multiply each part by 5. 5 times 4 is 20, so 5 times 4 tens is going to give me 20 tens, or 200. Then 9 times 5 is 45, so 200 plus 45 is 245. And that would be $245. That's the total cost of 5 wooden bats. Now I have to subtract that amount from 300. Oh, that's going to involve some regrouping, I can tell, because I have some zeros. So imagine 3 crisp $100 bills, and the total cost is $245. So the cashier is going to take one of those $100 bills and make it into 10 tens. And then one of those $10 bills is going to be broken up into 10 ones. So $300 could also be thought of as 2 $100 bills, 9 $10 bills, and 10 ones. Now we can subtract, now that we've converted $300 into a more subtractable form. 10 minus 5 is 5. 9 minus 4 is also 5. And then 2 minus 2 is 0. So my total amount of change for Mr. Russo is $55. All right. And finally, let's take a look at these practice problems down below. It says list the factors for the following numbers. Well, problem number 5 has the number 21. So what are all the different ways we could multiply two numbers together to get 21? Well, with any product or any number, you always know that at least one pair of answers is that number times 1. So 1 times 21 would give me 21. And we also know that 3 times 7 would also give me 21. So my factors are 1, 21, 3, and 7. Now sometimes they like you to list those in numeric order. So you might write that as 1, 3, 7, and 21. But unless the instructions explicitly say place them in numeric order, it's not a big deal either way. Now you'll notice that 40 has a lot more space for factors, and that's partly because 40 is an even number, and that kind of opens things up to a lot more factor possibilities. So we know that 40 is a product of 1 times itself. It's also ends in a 0, so we know that we could multiply 4 times 10. 40 is ends in 0, so that means it's also divisible by 5, or 5 is a factor. 5 times 8. And then, since 40 is an even number because it ends in 0, we know that 2 is a factor as well. 2 times 20, or 2 times 2 with a 0 behind it, because 2 times 2 is 4. And that's how you would find the factors of 40. If you have any questions on how you would approach number stories like this that involve money, talk to your math teacher. These are the kind of problems that you as a citizen, as a shopper, as a consumer, will face in your lifetime. Maybe not for baseball equipment, but this is very much a grocery store or a hardware store kind of math problems that people stand in the aisles and mentally calculate on a daily basis. But I have every confidence that if you just take the time and follow each step, that you can calculate these without too much trouble. Until we talk again, friends, good luck with the home links, and we'll speak again soon. Thanks.